Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back, everybody. This is KidsLearnPianoLive.com, and I am Jamin, and this is Theatrical Athena. Hi, Theatrical Athena.
Hola.
She's very good at piano. If you've been here before and seen her play, you know that she's awesome. And then we also have with us, of course, our moderator, the incomparable Kendra.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Fantastic. And we've got all these Super Mario things on. I really like this mustache. I just want to keep this for all the lessons. I wish they all had a mustache involved in them.
Smile.
I know it's hard to smile because then it pulls on your skin. But yes, they're fun to wear. So today we're doing the one of the most requested songs ever. Everybody wants to play this song, but it's just crazy long, which means Klopple, our mascot penguin, is going to be very impatient today because we've got a lot of notes to get through. So Klopple, I know, I hear you. I'm going to do my best, and we're going to go as fast as possible. But there's a ton of notes, which is why it's ranked like one of the hardest songs ever. It's not really one of the hardest songs ever, but it's one of the longest songs ever. So we're going to try to play all of the notes, and I'm still talking, and that means that Klopple's getting more and more angry. Theatrical Athena, I'm glad you're with us, but I know, buddy, I'm sending her out right now. Go practice. And you all need to have your PDF
Weekly
open.
activity?
Okay, sure,
All right.
quick, yeah, go. Weekly activity.
All you have to do
Okay.
is color in Clopple in the floaty. Penguin
These
in the
are
floaty.
so easy.
It's fantastic,
Okay.
and it's 150 points.
Just for coloring a page.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Isn't
Here we
that
go.
great? All right.
So like I said, there's a ton of notes. We're probably not actually going to be able to play through the whole thing on all of the levels, but I want to show you all of the notes and more importantly, the repeats. Now, if you've been here before for other lessons, that's great. If you haven't, I'm glad you're here, but this might not be the best song to start on. If you have been here before, you already know how to find a lot of the notes. The first note that you're going to need is an E. So you're just going to take any group of 2 black notes like that. Not that, that's a group of 3. That's also a group of 3. But any group of 2 black notes, take the top note, the one that's to the right, and drag it a little further to the right, and you'll always land on an E. So that is an E right there. That is the first 3 notes you're going to need. If you can just find an E and play 3 of them, then you've already got the beginnings of the song. Bum, bum, bum. Now, after this, we're going to use not the notes that are right next to it, but the notes that are just on the other side of it. So we've got that one, not those, but yes, those. Those are going to be some really important notes in this song. It's going to play 3 E's, jump down to a C, back up to the E, and up to a G. So you're gonna have E, 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 C, E, G. And then these are both G's, as you can see, but this one's way lower. So you're gonna have to go from this G all the way down to this G right here. So E, 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 C, E, G, and then G. That's the beginning of it, and that's also going to be the end of it. So if you go to the very end of this whole thing, this line right here is the exact same thing on all the levels. So that right there with the track would sound something like this. 3, 4, 5. And then we play through the whole song. Okay, now I told you there are repeats in here. These repeats are going to be really important. So we're going to play through all of that, the blue section, the stuff in the blue box, and then we're going to start playing the stuff in the orange box. When we get to the end of the orange box right here, we're going to take this repeat sign all the way back to here, to the beginning of that repeating section, and play that whole thing again. So you have the orange section twice after you have the blue section. So that whole entire thing, you're going to repeat that. Now, let me show you how to find some sharps and flats because there's a lot of them. Here we go. This first one is a B. Now let's pretend that we're dealing with this B right here. So this is a B because it's right below that C that we found. The note right before a C should be a B because in the alphabet, A, B, C, B comes right before a C. So here's your B, and then this little, I don't know what you would call that. It looks like a lowercase b, but the bottom's all pinched up right there. So to me, it looks like a half a heart on a string. Like if you were making a heart like that, but you only made half of it, and then you put it on a string. I don't know. That's what the flat sign looks like to me. But anyway, that thing right there is a flat sign. It means go slightly lower. That means slightly to the left. So this is a B. If we go slightly to the left, it's a B flat. Now, let me show you this other note that you're going to need a little bit later on. This one right here is a D sharp. The sharp sign goes with that note right there. It says D sharp inside of the note, and there's also a sharp sign right next to it. So this one right here, this is a D. Now, if it was a half a heart on a string, a flat sign, then we would go D, we go slightly to the left, we'd land right there. But that's not what this is. This is the opposite of that. This is the sharp sign. So we're going to take that D, and instead of going slightly to the left, we're going to go slightly to the right, and we're going to go up to this note right here. This one is a D sharp, and that's what that hashtag tic-tac-toe pound sign is right there. It means go take that note, but don't play that one. Play the one that's slightly higher, slightly to the right of that note. So that's a D sharp. That one's a B flat. What are you kidding me? You haven't even played the notes of the first repeat. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, with that information, is there anything else that you need? No. Well, there's one more repeating section. Sorry, Clopple, you're going to have to be patient just for a second. This whole section right here, that and this all together gets repeated also. So there's 2 sections that repeat. You got the last 2 lines right here, and then you've got this section. So we're going to be practicing with the track more in the upper levels, but this time I'm just going to play through it, and all I want you to do is keep track of where we are. Maybe play those first notes, if you can get those notes, and then just keep track of where we are on the page with all of the repeats and stuff. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here's the intro. Now here's that first section. Bum, dum, bum, bum. There's that B flat. And then do it again. Here's that orange section. And now we're on to the blue section. G, G flat. Next page. Then repeat the whole thing again. Here we go. And then next one. Now we're on to the next line. And here's that first line again that comes back at the end. Okay, so a ton of notes. Like I said, we're going to be practicing this more in the upper levels, but for those people who are the subscribers who are on learnpianolive.com right now, we're going to continue on with the level 1 video of the week. And for all of you who are on the free streams on YouTube and Twitch or Facebook, it's time to say goodbye to you. We'll miss you. If you want to subscribe and watch the rest of this lesson, you can go to learnpianolive.com. But for the subscribers who are watching right now, sit back, relax, join us in the Kids Learn Piano Live Theater as we watch another Crusoe video? Really? Okay. All right, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so here we go on level 2. These are going to be all the same exact notes that we had on level 1, except now it's on these scary lines and spaces of the treble clef. So first thing that we have is, of course, all of those E's, and a couple things to point out. Now, on level 1, we had all those repeats. We still have all those repeats, but the way that we write them officially is by dots that are pointing at each other. So, for example, right over here, those dots are kind of making an arrow that point backwards. So when we get to that repeat, we just go backwards until we find that kind of same arrow that's pointing forward. So that's the section that you would repeat. You'll notice we've got something kind of weird on this one that we haven't really hit on many of the other lessons, and that is right on the other side of that, we have another little arrow. Now this is kind of helpful. This is actually kind of cool on the level 2 stuff, because when you see one of those, you know, oh, you know what? There's going to be a repeat sign coming up later on that's going to point back to this one, because we've got that arrow pointing in that direction. So already, just going past that, even if you've never read the music before, you go past that and go, there's probably a repeat sign coming up. I better watch out for the repeat sign, and it's going to come right back to this point right here. So now we just got to go forward and find that thing. It's right there. And that is that thing that's pointing backwards. There we go. So that whole thing is going to repeat to the sections that kind of look at each other. So that section is going to be repeated, and that section right there is going to be repeated, that whole entire thing. Then on the next page, of course, we have the last sections of the song. We do have these ties in here, like these guys. Anytime we have a swoopy line like that, that just means that second note, you're not actually going to play that note. You're just basically cross that note out and hang on to that first note, because those two notes get tied together as one note. So it's basically like just one whole big note right there. We've got another one of those right here, another swoopy line, so we wouldn't play that note. You just play that E flat and hold on to it there. Other places there are swoopy lines, same exact thing. And then this funky looking guy right here, which you've seen these, I think if you're in Clapple Academy, you should have seen these all the way from level 1 in Clapple Academy. It's just a quarter rest. It means you're going to take a little pause right there. But because we didn't get much time to practice this thing in level 1, let's go ahead and try to play all of these notes. I know with all the sharps and flats and all the repeat signs and stuff, it's really super weird, but we'll try to talk through it as we go. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. And then repeat that. And now here's the next section. And a really high C. And then we're going to repeat that whole section again. And finally, we get to move on. And here's that end part. Tons and tons of notes. I do want to point out we do have this really weird set of notes right over here. Oh, yes. Kendra? Hey.
So I think we might have a problem.
Okay, what's up?
So whenever I try to get onto the website on my phone,
Yes.
and my mom tried it, and our in-studio student here tried it, it says you may be a spammer, hacker, or an otherwise bad person. Contact us if this is not the case.
Are you?
No?
You sure?
I think
Kendra?
it's hard to know.
Okay, are there people in the chat right now who are on the site?
Well, there was earlier. I don't know if they are anymore.
Oh, okay, so no one's chatting currently.
Not right now.
Okay, let's give it another couple minutes and see what
Okay.
happens. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and stop that hacking.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Okay, so here we go. These notes right here, this is a really super duper high C right here. So we've got this line right here, and then this line right here. This line right here would be an A. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, wait, that's a C. I know if you have a line through it, it's a C. Not always. This one is a C, but this one right here would be an A because it's up above the treble clef. Probably what you're thinking of is this note right here. If you have a note that's below the treble clef with a line through it, that one is a C. But this one right here is an A. So let's try this thing again from the very top. 2, 3, 4. And then again. And the next section. And then we go again from that same section. and then C's. And the last line. Okay, so those are all of the notes. Before we check out the chat room, see how things are going there, let's do mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Pony Piano, who says, Dear Jamin, do you like video games? If so, which ones are your favorites? I gotta tell you right now, we've been into Minecraft a whole lot up until recently when we discovered Rocket League. And that has wrecked our world. We love Rocket League, so we're just playing Rocket League like crazy right now. We play it on a computer on Steam, and our username is Jamin and his 7-year-old son, because mostly it's Jamin and his 7-year-old son. So if you want to friend us on there, that'd be cool. We'll play some Rocket League with you if you're playing Rocket League on Steam. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
All right, we're going to take a quick break to to check out the tech issues right now, and hopefully we'll be back very, very soon. So you were a spammer. That's what it was. Well, it was just everybody here at Learn Piano Live. We can't get on my website right now because we tried too many incorrect passwords, and so the website thinks that I am trying to hack my own website, which would be crazy. Anyway, so it looks like everybody at home is probably fine. So that means we are on level 3 and trying the left hand on this thing. So again, kind of crazy, kind of long. As long as you keep track of all the repeat signs and stuff, then we should be fine here. We got a D and then a G, and that's really the beginning of the thing. That's what's going to make it sound a lot like the song, especially if you play these at the same time as you play these. So instead of playing da 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 da, you play da 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 da. That would sound like. And then we're going to go with C, then we got an F, and then a C, and then a G. And then we've got all that repeated again, C, F, C, G. Now, fortunately, the next section is going to be basically the same thing. It's going to be C, F, C, G, C, F. But instead of C, G at the end, it's going to go A flat, B flat, C. And I got to tell you, these are the most important notes of the whole song. Probably even more important than any of the right-hand notes is those ones, A flat, B flat, C. So if you don't get any of the rest of the left hand, I wouldn't start at the beginning. I'd start right here. That's the most important part of the whole thing. The A flat, B flat, C. And then you got more A flats and B flats and C's after that, A flat, B flat, C. But I know Kloppel's going to be jumping in at any moment. And we also need to check in with Theatrical Athena, who might be feeling a little less theatrical today since she apparently is locked out of the website since she's here and not at your house. So here we go. Let's try it. I'm just going to do left hand only.
Do you want me to go get her?
G, C, F, C, and repeat it. C, G, now we're moving on. C, F, C, G, C, F, and here are the important notes, A flat, B flat, C. And then we gotta repeat all of that again. F, C, G, C, F, A flat, B flat, C. And then again those notes, A flat, B flat, C. A flat, B flat, C. And one more set of those before we play the D and the G from the beginning of the song. All right, so let's try this thing one more time before we check in with Athena. Yes, I had a feeling. All right, I know. But we had the technical difficulties and stuff because Kendra was spamming our website. So here we go. One more time. We're going to try to play the right hand and the left hand together at the same time. On your mark, get set, and 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to jump up here. And repeat that. And then moving on to the next part. And then again, same thing. The most important notes, A flat, B flat, C. And then again. Tons and tons of notes. Theatrical Athena, come on over, my friend. Here are your headphones, and you have watched like, 30 seconds of the lesson or so?
Yeah.
All righty. Well then, let's learn the first couple notes. We've got these ones right here. We've already been over that a little bit. Da da bum ba dum bum. You got? Oh, you already have that? Oh, what? G. Yes. And then craziness. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yes. Yes, and then do that again. Exact same thing. Bum, bum, bum. Yes. Do you know the next section? The next part, it's the part with all the sharps and flats. Da 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 ba da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba. This is the fun part right here. You can get all three of those. That sounds really cool, just like the video game. G and F. That's it. Yeah, and then oh, and then the very end of it, the very end of the song is ba da ba ba dum bum. Go ahead. Oh, is it right here? I love it. We're going to count it. That's a win. Great job. You're awesome. Okay, so then you now have a connection, right? Because you're on your phone and not on our wireless network that is now banned from the website, right? Okay, cool. Well,
I'm apparently a hacker and a scammer and otherwise a bad person. So
I don't know how it knows. You're just like, you don't say thank you after people give you stuff. You probably don't ask to be excused from the table when you're done with dinner. Anyway, so this is the point where you point at them and say, let's level up.
let's level up.
Great job.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
It's like Santa Claus runs my website. He knows when you've been naughty. Okay, so this is going to be really, honestly, kind of difficult. We don't really follow the same rules that we have on a lot of the level 4 stuff from our other lessons. So usually we're taking the chord somehow and doing stuff with it. We still do have the chords. Yes, Kendra?
So, hey, what's up?
What's up?
So, Mario and Luigi are known as the Mario Bros, right?
Yes,
Right?
okay.
That means that Mario's last name is also Mario, so his name is Mario.
That's a good point. Wait a
Because
second.
it's Luigi Mario and Mario.
Wait, is it Luigi Mario?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
It's Luigi Mario and Mario.
So Mario's parents were like, just, yes, probably stressed out of their mind. They're like, what, a baby? What do we name him? I don't know. Mario.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And Luigi is green because of their technological limitations. Because it came out in 1983.
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like read a book on the creation of Mario and Luigi because I'm a nerd like that. Yes, I do remember that one part. So yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, so can we get back to it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
All right. So then we've got ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum, all that normal stuff. And then here, instead of playing like a C chord, now we could play a C chord, F chord. We could just play the regular chords like normal and be boring, or maybe that didn't seem boring to you. Maybe that seemed magical and like you'd never get there. Don't worry, you will. All the level 4 people know what I just did right there. But instead of doing that, we're going to be following the melody for a lot of the songs. So you'll notice at the very beginning, you only have one note in the left hand. That's because we're going to try to do exactly the same notes that they did in the original song. And like Kendra was saying, there were limitations on how many notes you could play at once, which is why all those songs, if you listen, like how many notes are actually being played, it's pretty simple, actually. Our first notes are a G, E, and a C, because they couldn't play like a whole chord, because there wasn't on those old computers and stuff. They just couldn't do that. So they had to play just 2 notes. And that's the sound of the Mario theme right there. Let's see what else it does. Yeah, so it's just going to follow along in tenths. We've talked a little bit about tenths before. You know all about fifths because we do fifths all the time. Well, if you put another fifth on top of that, 5 plus 5 would be 10. So that is a tenth. So we're basically kind of whenever this note is playing that one, that the right hand's playing that one, the left hand's playing that one, and they just kind of follow each other. They're just a tenth apart. Yes, Kendra.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey.
So I made a little mistake here.
Oh, wow.
I went to refresh the page because I wasn't
okay.
sure if there was chat that I wasn't getting.
Yeah,
'cause
so
I
now
didn't
you
see
can't
it.
get in.
Exactly. So I'm trying to be on my phone, but I'm not going to be moderator. I'm
So
going
you're not
to...
even moderator anymore.
Right.
You're
So
just
I'm sorry.
a hacker or a spammer or otherwise
Exactly.
a bad person.
So, like,
How dare you.
I know. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
So
We'll
if
just hang
anyone
out.
has
Enjoy it
questions, then email Jamin or something. I'm sorry,
Alrighty.
guys.
Okay. Okay, so then we have all of those same things. These right here, this is where it breaks off a little bit and does kind of its own thing. So we've got a bunch of other notes that are not following in tenths. This is where we get that thing that I was showing Athena. Let's just try to follow along and play all of those notes as much as possible. And of course, you do have these chords listed down here. Maybe I'll do, instead of doing what's written there, because you all know how to figure those notes out, I'll give you some other options of other things you could do with the chords as we go through. Here we go. On your mark, get set, and. And then repeat again. Okay, so there are some notes in there, but most of what was written was in there, but then I tried to get creative a little bit at the end and messed up. But that's all right, because that's what we're here for, to try things that we can't quite do yet and practice them until we can do them. But for right now, it's time for our feature of the day, which is our question of the day, which is actually the mailbag question that was asked of me. I'm just asking that back to all of you. So all of you who are at home and are not spammers or hackers or otherwise bad people, then tell me what your favorite video games are, because maybe there's probably a bunch out there that I haven't gotten to yet. I know Terraria is a game that a lot of my students are playing right now, and I haven't played any of Terraria yet, but what else is out there that I'm missing out on? Tell me what your favorite video games are. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level 5 for training on how to survive this level.
Okay, here we are on level 5. This is where we take out all of the letters and put in the numbers. As you already know, there's lots of scary stuff happening with repeats and whatnot. But here we go. I think actually these repeats, if you're here with us on the live lesson, this repeat right here should be down here. So we'll change that for the archives. You're in the archives. Your repeat sign is already right there. So other than that, I don't think there's anything too crazy. We do have a flat 6 and a flat 7 right here in the left hand. And if you've already been to learnpianolive.com/level 5, then you already know that those right there are just the 6 where we flat it and then we build that major chord. So that would be root plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 1, 2, 3. And if that didn't make any sense, then you do need to go to either a chord building workshop or the learnpianolive.com/level 5 so I can explain what that thing means. So that's a flat 6 chord, and then we do have a flat 7 chord after that, because that's the 7, that's the flat 7, and then we go root plus 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1, 2, 3, and we get the flat 7 chord. So I'm just going to try to call out these numbers as we go. I usually mess this up, but we're running really short on time, so let's try it. Here we go, and then we'll check in with Athena. And 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 5, 5, 1, 5, 3, 6, 7, flat 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 7, and repeat that. 1, 5, 3, 6, 7, flat 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6. Ah! 1. 6, 1, 2, 5, flat 5, 4, flat sharp 2, 1, 1, 1. Flat 3, 2, 1, and then we'll repeat that. 5, flat 5, 4, sharp 2, 2, 3, sharp 5, 6, 1, 6, 1, 2. 5, flat 5, 4. Flat 3, 2, 1. And then we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 6, 5. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 6, 5. 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 5, 5. Okay, Athena, come on over, my friend. So, out there, you're no longer being a spammer or hacker or otherwise bad person. And what do we have figured out now? We had the intro already. Do you want to try it with the track or play it with me again?
I'll play it with you.
Play it with me. Okay, and at home, you can either play along with us or just watch us and see how many notes we have in here. On your mark, get set. Yes. And then, do you know the next part? No, that's perfectly fine. Play it. Oh, you can do that part. Yeah. And then da 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 da. Can you do that part? And again. And then the beginning part. Yeah, nice. I like it. Cool. Well, that's a lot of notes if you don't have as many notes as her at home. That's perfectly fine. She learns songs really, really super fast. But it is now time for us to find out who it was that won the $10 gift card. Thank you to all the non-hackers and non-spammers who joined us today in the live lesson. Next week, we're going to be doing the underground theme. That thing from Super Mario Bros. Same video game, but a different song. It's a lot of fun. It's probably the second most requested song ever. So we'll be doing that. And yeah, join us then. We love you.
Josh and Tristan are the chat winners.
Way to go!
Bye.
Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now, you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now, you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time, pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5, we're gonna be checking in with you, and you've gotta play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's gonna be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. Doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidlearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750